All right, you guys, welcome to the video. It's me, Ciara, aka Ciara in the bonus, and we are here live on Twitch. Make sure you guys drop a follow to the Twitch to pull up to the live stream. I'm currently live right now. By the time this comes out, I'm probably still gonna be live or I'll be live the next day. So if you guys want to be a part of my journey of going through a bunch of these old albums, drop a sub to the YouTube or drop a follow to the Twitch or both. Because I am taking recommendations. So I'm basically gonna let you guys know. So as of right now, we have about 30 to 40 albums on my list from the 1990s, 2000s, 2010s, and 2020s. I have multiple albums from each decade that I want to go back and listen to. First time, haven't listened to these albums. Some I might have heard songs here and there, like on the radio when I was growing up, but I've never listened to these albums all the way through. So if you guys like hip hop, if y'all want to see my journey listening to all types of artists, let me know. But as for Kanye, I will be going through Kanye's albums all from the 2000s, some of the ones from the 2010s because I did hear The Life of Pablo, like I listened to that one growing up. And then I think whatever album is afterwards, the one that had the green writing, I heard that one too. Where's that one? I was like, yay. I heard that. I heard Kids See Ghosts. And I didn't listen to Donda, so if y'all want me to react to Donda or Vultures, let me know. Um, but yeah, so we're gonna literally go through all Kanye's albums. So the College Dropout, Late Registration, Graduation, 808s and Heartbreak, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. I'm skipping Watch the Throne because I'm not a Jay-Z fan. Yeezus, we're gonna listen to that. And if I want me to listen to any more, let me know. And if there's any like Kanye features or anything like that, let me know which ones to check out, y'all. Because I know y'all Kanye fans go hard and y'all know every single song. But we're gonna go ahead and check the full album out. I'm really excited. I know this is a classic, but if you guys want to see the full journey of me listening to every single Kanye album, stick around. It will be out probably. I'm gonna try to put one Kanye album reaction out a month. So maybe by the time the end of the year, we'll get through most of his albums. So before we get into it, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what your favorite songs are off of this album. Which ones do you still listen to this day? Y'all can see the ones I already know, right? These are the ones everybody knows, right? I grew up hearing these All Falls Down and Slow Jams. Spaceship, I can't remember off the top, but those are the ones that I know, and the rest of them, I pretty none of these look familiar, but I'm gonna let y'all know if I heard one before. But I really want to experience the evolution in Kanye's sound, like all the way through, because I feel like a lot of Kanye fans are the ones who grew up listening to all the projects all the way through, and I never really got that experience because I was a kid. Like, okay, in 2004, I was what, like 3 years old. So it's crazy that I even know so many songs considering how old I was when they came out. That's how impactful Kanye is. And I just want to give a quick word disclaimer or just to preface the reaction with my feelings about Kanye. I feel like he, just like a lot of geniuses, can be a little extreme. You know, for me, when I'm doing these album reactions, I'm gonna attempt to separate the art from the artist. I'm not one of those people that's like gonna change my opinion on the music because of the person or what they do. There's obviously things that is done and said that some of it's crazy, but to me personally, the way I do things, I like to listen to what someone says and decide what doesn't make sense to me. If it doesn't make sense, it don't make sense. It does, it does. But I'm not gonna cast someone off as, oh, they're just crazy, or oh, they never say anything right. Like, I'm not gonna do that. But we're here to appreciate Kanye's musical genius, and that's something I always respect. He's definitely one of the GOAT. I don't even want to say artists, just creatives, period, in my opinion. From the fashion, setting the trends, going from Nike to Adidas, making Adidas cool, giving them and a bunch of other companies inspiration for their designs. And that's not even including the production, his sound, the way he sampled. I know he's not the best writer, like in terms of like writing raps per se, but the guy is just super talented, and I'm excited to go on this journey. We're gonna go ahead and get started, and let's see, man. The College Dropout. Let's see what the hype's about, man. I'm trying to see what the hype's about, so I'm excited to do this with y'all. Let's see. Intro. All right. intro.
Me and the other faculty members was wondering, could you do a little song, something beautiful, something
Okay.
that the kids is gonna love when they hit. It's gonna make them start jumping up and down and
Okay.
sharing candy and stuff. You could probably do
Who
something
is this?
for the kids from graduation to sing.
Oh yeah, y'all. I'm gonna play Minecraft while I listen to this.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I got the perfect song for the kids to sing. And all my
Okay.
people that's drug dealing just to get by. Stack your money till it gets sky high. We weren't supposed to make it past 25. Jokes on you, we still alive.
Wait.
Your hands up in the sky.
Hold on. Hold on. That part right there. Wait. I feel like I heard someone maybe interpolate that or something. Y'all let me know if I'm tripping, but I think J. Cole had a lyric in his song that said we wasn't supposed to make it past 25 or jokes on mother we alive. I think he said that on I want to say 2014 Forest Hills Drive. So I wonder if that was like a callback or a reference to this song. Okay, this one is called intro. Wait. This isn't intro no more. This is We Don't Care. Okay, bet. I always love Kanye's singing, even though he's not like the best singer. I feel like he's a good example of one of those artists that's able to do it and it's tolerable because there's somewhat of a it's like, okay, some people might not be able to sing, but they can hold a note and kind of get the point across, right? Some people can't do it at all. Some rappers, they can't do it at all. But it's like, I don't know, he uses the voice that he has. He's not a vocalist or anything, but it still sounds musical when he tries to sing. So I know some people, I'm imagining at the time, y'all let me know, listen to this at the time, what was the perception of like a rapper singing kind of like this on a song? Like I'm guessing this was early 2000s. I'm assuming there wasn't a lot of rappers that did it, but y'all can let me know what was the reaction to this, that people cared that he was like singing and rapping on the same song. Like, hey, this is why I say Kanye feels like he's the GOAT, and I think he has a good case. Like, maybe not rapper, but like one of the GOAT musicians and creatives. Not many people hit that level of musicality like he does. But let's continue.
Granted, took nothing from no man. Man, I'm my own man. But as a shorty, I looked up to the dope man. Only a dope man. I knew that wasn't broke, man. Flicking starter coats, man. Man, you don't know, man. We don't care what people say.
I want to see the credits.
For my niggas outside all winter, cause this summer they ain't finna stay. Next summer I'm finna sitting in the hood like community colleges. This dope money here is Lil Trey scholarship. Cause ain't no tuition for having no ambition. And ain't no loans for sitting your ass at home. So we forced to sell crack, rap, and get a job.
True.
You gotta do something, man. Your ass is grown.
True. That's a good point. The lyrics. See, okay. So I wonder, this sounds like something Kanye wrote. Like, I know he has help from writers and stuff like that, but this does sound like from his perspective. Like, I really wonder how much Kanye does and doesn't write, because it's always interesting to me, because it's like, I always thought he wrote his stuff, but since I found out he doesn't, I'm just like, okay. I know sometimes he might have people like rewrite for him. It doesn't mean that the content isn't his. He just might have someone like rewriting it or rephrasing it or something like that. So, okay.
Dealing just to get by. Stack your money till it gets sky high. Kids sing. We weren't supposed to make it past 25. Jokes on
Oh, that is the lyric. Yeah, that's definitely the where J. Cole got it from.
hands up in the sky and sing. We don't care what people say. The second verse is for my dogs working 9 to fight or still hustle, cause a nigga can't shine all 655. And everybody selling makeup, Jacobs and bootleg tapes just to get they cake up. We put shit on layaway, then come back. We claim other people kids on our income tax. We take that money,
okay.
then push packs to get paid.
I'm really just listening to the lyrical content of what he's saying, so he's kind of just talking about the Black experience, you know, in America, kind of like how it gets perceived on the outside. Like, oh, like some people might look at it like, oh wow, those things are dishonest, like claiming someone else's child on taxes, but it's like, it's really like a communal thing, you know, like it's when people are from certain circumstance, you gotta understand like other people on the outside don't understand it. But you know what? The thing that's interesting to me is that thinking about how Kanye operates now, hearing him say this stuff now is interesting because he's definitely evolved his perspective, especially since he got more money. Because I do remember hearing Kanye say a lot of things that were, let's just say, teetering on, and well, not even teetering on anti-black. Let's just call it what it is, just straight up anti-black. And he's actually getting sued for anti-black discrimination by some of the workers that were at Donda Academy. Now I can't say whether the information is true or not. I'm just telling y'all that that is something that I read literally the other week, that he has a case for that. So it's like interesting to see how like someone could start off like so understanding of the circumstances, and then you know they get money and they like low-key turn to a different person. But you know what they say, chat? Money doesn't change you, it just amplifies who you already were. I mean, I don't know if you believe that or not, but like I said, it's nothing this has nothing to do with my opinion on the music. It sounds like something from the early 2000s, right? It has that nostalgic feel, those 808s that he used, like, but that's just something that was like, okay, that's interesting, hearing this after seeing how his politics changed, or how he kind of talks about black people these days. I don't think that he wasn't genuine here. I'm assuming that he meant what he said, right? But it's just interesting how circumstances, power, etc., can change your perspective on things. That's just a reality, though. That's a reality. It's a. You never know how you will feel if you get in certain situations, or how that might change. But that's just evolution, you know, people.
Don't care what people say. Mama say she wanna move south. Scratching lottery tickets, eyes on a new house. Around the same time, Joe ran up in dual house. Couldn't get a job, so since he couldn't get work, he figured he'd take work. The drug game, bulimic, it's hard to get weight. So niggas' money is homo, it's hard to get straight. But we gon' keep baking till the day we
Wait,
get cake.
he said it's hard to get straight.
What people say, my niggas drug dealing just to get by. Stack your money till it gets sky. Kids sing. We weren't supposed to make it past.
I think the having the kids in the background is a nice choice. I mean, that's a very like black American black culture thing, you know, from having like a choir in the background to having like kids singing in the background. So it's always interesting to see how those elements get, you know, carried on over time, like especially by different artists, right? That's something I think Mariah Carey has done a good amount of her music, having those background vocals, those group vocals. It just adds a completely different vibe, and kind of makes it feel like a anthem. I think the other person I could think of that had that was Nas. And what was interesting, I actually watched a Kanye documentary, and I saw that he was influenced by Nas. And I saw a clip of him rapping like early on, like real early on, before he even started trying to get signed, and he literally sounded just like Nas. And I was like, you know what? Since I could kind of hear the Nas in his cadence, like especially when he raps like this, you know, it's a lot in certain songs, and I think his rap style has evolved over the years, but I could definitely hear it in this. I thought that part was interesting. Kind of him talking about like disabilities and stuff. That, you know, obviously different time, you know, saying the R word and everything, but I get the point of what he was saying. So he's talking about, you know, how that perception of like mental illness and or disabilities in the black community, right? A lot of parents don't even want their kids to be like labeled that, and I think a lot of it has to do with the mentality that's very prevalent in the community, like, hey, like we already have a lot of circumstances against us just being black. I don't want my kid to be labeled as disabled or slow or um you know, or even having a mental health issue, because it's like, hold on, we don't need any more barriers against us. And our pride, a lot of our pride comes from being able to push through anything and still get things done, right? So it's like that's another reason why a lot of parents don't want to necessarily like have their kid labeled. And of course that mentality does carry on to the kids and contributes to how we feel as we grow up, and sometimes that prevents us from getting the help we need. And sometimes, you know, people are able to have the disability and still be able to be great, and because they're able to succeed and do well even with the disability, that kind of contributes to people not getting help even more, because it's like, oh well, look, you're doing fine, see, you don't need any help. So it's kind of a really toxic cycle, because it is nice to see people able to still thrive despite whatever abilities or disabilities they have, but at the same time, it leads to us not getting our self-help as the people that's neurodivergent, disabled, etc. You know, so it's very complicated. But like, I've heard some people say they think like Kanye is autistic. Now I have no idea if that's true, but like, if it were true, it wouldn't surprise me at all. Like, people that are autistic usually have like fixations on certain things and are extremely talented and creative, you know, like, and you know what's crazy? I feel like you look in history, a lot of the people that were great at something, I feel like they all probably got a little neurodivergence or something that's like atypical about them. So like, to me, I think we need to start embracing it. I mean, I understand it's a lot of barriers to that though, but shit, I'm just like, it seems like a lot of the geniuses had something about them that wasn't normal. So, you know, I feel like whatever mental health conditions or things there are is even more common with people that are creative. And the other thing is like, it does seem like a lot of problematic people are also some of the most talented and creative. So it's like, you definitely got to look at it from all the different perspectives. Oh my God, Yapatron.
Fathers abandon us when we get them hammers gon' call the ambulance. Sometimes I feel no one in this world understands us, but we don't care what people
Interesting.
say. My niggas kids sing, kids sing.
Graduation day. Okay, bet. Okay. 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 Who was that on the vocals? I like that. I like that line right there. Um couldn't buy a car, so she named her daughter Alexis. I mean, yeah. Yeah. I never, you know what? That's a clever lyric right there. I'm not even gonna lie, because I mean, I think it's pretty obvious, right? We all know what that means, right? Alexis, as in like Alexis the car. You know, in our community, I know maybe in communities that have a little bit more money, maybe their version of a Lexus is like a Mercedes or a BMW. But for us, Lexus is like right in between like regular car and luxury. So it's like, if anyone did have a luxury car maybe in the hood, it was most likely gonna be a Lexus. So I haven't heard that recently. I think that's kind of changed from when we were younger. But that just kind of gave me that memory, like, oh yeah, everybody did think the best car you could have was like Alexis, you know.
She cut it all off, now she look like Eve. And she be
Hey,
dealing with some issues that you can't believe.
Shout out to Eve. I grew up listening to Eve. Should I listen? Y'all, should I do a Eve album reaction? I grew up watching her on TV. I think she had a show called Eve, right? That's where I knew her from, and I didn't even know she rapped. Y'all, this is how young I was. I knew Eve and Queen Latifah as actresses before I knew they were artists. Okay. I'm so self-conscious. That's why you always see me with at least one of my watches. Rollies and yeah. That drove me crazy. I can't even pronounce nothing past that for Okay, that's a line I didn't really realize it till like more recently. He said, I don't even know how to pronounce it. Pass me that Versace. You know, he was talking about Versace, but he's like, you know, when you're from the hood and you don't know no better, and that's not in your price bracket of stuff you could even get. You won't even know what it's called, but you want it because it's expensive. And it's interesting. I saw a spoken word of Kanye doing this. I believe. I might hold on, y'all. Let me look for the video while I tell y'all. But I saw him do a live spoken version of this, and I didn't realize it was the song, the lyrics of this song. But when I heard it that way, it made me actually break down the lyrics a little more. All falls down spoken word. Where he did that. Am I imagining that? Yeah, here it goes. When he did this, it really made me look at it differently. So I actually want to do something different and just show y'all the stand-up instead of listening to the song, so I can kind of like give y'all my thoughts on just the lyrics, because we all know the song. Ladies, but I feel like this is a little more cool to kind of show this little moment. I don't know if everyone has seen this, but I think I might have saw this in the Kanye documentary. I'm not sure. Kanye West. All right. Trying to. Okay, so he called it self-conscious. All right, bet. It's more. I spent a lot of time. Because he's really talking about something that's hella important, you know, in terms of like they're in a perspective. Like some people are like, why do black people spend so much money on looking like this and that and that? It's a lot of reasons behind it, and the insecurity and being self-conscious is a big part of it. Trying to like pick out my outfit because I'm like really into clothes. I'm gonna be the best dressed rapper out in the game. So, you know, I got my, I don't, what? I was wearing that Adidas all the way back then. That's why you always see me with at least one of my watches. Rollies and Porsches then drove me crazy. I can't even pronounce nothing past that Versace. See, you know, some people are just born to be entertainers. See, like, y'all get what I'm saying when I said this is a better example of like how to capture the real feel of what he's saying, right? Because this is a banger, but he's really getting into some stuff here. This is a very interesting analysis, you know, because sometimes rappers or people just do stuff and they don't exactly know why, but it's always interesting to see the people that can articulate why they're doing it. It's definitely an interesting perspective. Yo, thank you for the biddies, fam. How you doing, Freedom? Then I spent $400 on this just to be like, nigga, you ain't up on this. And I can't even go to the grocery store without some shoes that's clean and a shirt with a team. It seems we live in the American dream, but the people highest up got the lowest self-esteem. The prettiest people do the ugliest things. I think it's self-explanatory, but it's, to me, interesting, like I said, to hear somebody in that position kind of analyze themselves, right? He's right. I don't know how else to say it, but it's like, it is interesting how we see people with a lot of power, a lot of money, a lot of whatever, you know, attention, whatever, they struggle the most. They have some of the most struggles. They have some of the worst skeletons in their closet, demons, all that type of stuff. Interesting how there's that contrast, you know, some of the most beautiful people are some ugly insides. Interesting how life and all the different circumstances cause these polar opposites, you know. It's very fascinating. We hear it a lot, and I would imagine like having all that money, a lot of people dehumanize artists in a way, which might push them further down that path of doing those bad things or things maybe not in their best interest, or doing things for different reasons and stuff like that.
For the road to riches and diamond rings. We shine because they hate us. Floss because they degrade us. We trying to buy back our 40 acres. And for that paper, look.
That part right there, we trying to buy back our 40 acres. Kind of goes into something I heard someone else say. The company man on YouTube said something I thought was interesting. You know, people ask, why do black people like to, you know, to floss? Why do black people like to spend a lot of money on things, or how they look, or talk about money? Like, why is it so important? Yo, thank you for the biddies, fam. Appreciate you. They ask why, you know, people do that. Why that's a thing. And the reason is because, or part of it at least, part of it is because our value as people, as black people, for a long time was how much we were worth. You know, people could buy a house with us. So it's not surprising that down the line we're conditioned to see our value in money, or for our value to be something external or material, or for people to want to feel more valuable than what they were made to feel before. You know, or want to flex that they have value, more value. So it's interesting. I never thought about it from that perspective, but I think that's very valid and an interesting way to look at it. Yo, what's good, Icy?
Callow, we a stoop. Even when I'm in my Benz, I'm still a nigga in a coupe. I promise. She's so self-conscious. She has no idea what she's doing.
That's interesting that he said that. Even if I have a what, I'm still a nigga in a coupe.
We a stoop.
I know.
Even when I'm in my Benz, I'm still a nigga.
Okay, he said even when I'm in a Benz, I'm still a nigga. Interesting. He says that, like I said, considering how he's changed over the years, because he has self-admittedly thought that if he made enough money, got to be a billionaire or whatever, he would be looked at differently. Reference the Drink Champs interview he did like a year ago. He realized they could pull the rug from you at any time, especially if you're black. So it's interesting hearing him say that here, but then acted differently, or maybe he started to drink the Kool-Aid and think that, oh, if I do get rich, if I do increase my status, they will value me. And he saw, even knowing his worth, knowing how valuable he was, they will still play in your face and act like you're not valuable if you don't have certain connections or aren't in certain groups. I remember what happened. This not you on another account. This somebody else.
In a coupe. I promise. She's so self-conscious. She has no idea what she's doing in college. That major that she majored in don't make no money. Told me she majored in TV. But she won't drop out. Her parents will look at her funny. Now, tell me that ain't insecure.
Interesting. That is a good point. That is something that, you know, it's like we get told to just go to college, go to college, go to college. A lot of black people did that. And maybe not having people in your family that have gone to college, not knowing information about the job market, not having connections, people are thinking, oh, I can live my dreams, and they go to college for something they want to, and then don't necessarily have the time or money to be able to afford to do the internships that you have to do. That's something they don't tell. That's something I had to learn going to college and being one of the first people to go to college right out of high school, you know. And you know, it's crazy how that you know, embarrassment or shame you have for getting to college or realizing you don't want to do something, being too far in, realizing maybe you want to do something else, you can't afford it. Like, your parents are expecting you to do it. They don't expect no excuses or no reasons. They're just like, do it. And then now the job market is so bad that somebody can go to college and get a good degree and get a degree in certain fields and still not have job security and still be getting a job that pays them $15 an hour or less. Like, even people with master's degrees, people who have degrees in STEM and everything, that it's crazy. Like, they told us there would be a lot of job security, and especially if you went to STEM, and it's like now even people in STEM can't get jobs and they're getting laid off. So it seems like, I don't know, from my perspective, it's almost like once black people start going to school, getting degrees, like the degree became less valuable and the bar was raised. And then of course there's gonna be people that's like, oh well, okay, well, if you just do internships and get experience and not, what people always leave out of that conversation is that it's actually a privilege to be able to do a lot of those internships, because as someone who was in college myself trying to do these internships, having done some of them myself, um a lot of them are unpaid, a lot of them are in different states, and if you're already coming from no money or negative net worth, you have to be able to afford to take on the expense to travel to another state and have housing in another state, right? Now think about it like this: if you have to work to be in college, like a lot of black and brown people might have to, right? Everyone does, but it's definitely a difference in the average net worth of a black household versus white household, right? There's people of all ethnic races that will struggle or have to manage the college thing, but I'm speaking for my community, right? I'm speaking from what I've seen and what I've had to do myself, right? So when you already don't have the money, I even went to college on scholarships and grants, right? But even for me, I still had to have money for a lot of other stuff and didn't have support from home. So you have to work. If you have to work to go to college or to afford it, you don't have time to do a unpaid internship, because you would have to not work in order to do that. And that's not even including the cost to actually go and live somewhere else and go to a different place for internship. And like, bro, so it's like that's the part that they don't include in the conversation, right? They could say, oh, people got a bad degree. Okay, that happens, They could say, oh, you didn't have enough experience. Well, people don't realize how much you have to have the right circumstances and amount of money to even capitalize on those opportunities to get experience. And then networking is a part of it. Some people come out the gate into college, in high school, having connections because their parents have connections. So that's the part that just makes it so uh like interesting. And some of the stuff I didn't know going into college. That's just kind of the downside of not having people that have gone, and not having people um that have really experienced college, or followed all the way through, or been able to afford it. You kind of learn all this yourself and then got to figure it out along the way.
I spent $400 on this just to be like,
Oh no.
Concept of school seems so
Yeah, everything is expensive, bro.
Sophomore,
Food
3
is
years,
crazy.
ain't picked the career. She said, fuck it, I'll just stay down here and do hair, cause that's enough money to buy her a few pairs of new airs, cause her baby daddy don't really care. She's so precious with the peer pressure, couldn't afford a car, so she named her daughter Alexis. She had hair so long that it looked like weave. Then she cut it all off, now she looked like Eve. And she be dealing with some issues that you can't believe. Single black female addicted to retail. I said, fuck the police, that's how I treat them. We bought our way out of jail, but we can't buy freedom. See, we buy a lot of clothes, but we don't really need them. Things we buy to cover up what's inside, cause they made us hate ourselves and love their wealth. That's why shorty's hollering, where the ball is at? Drug dealer buy Jordan, crack kid buy crack, and the white man get paid off for all of that.
That makes it so interesting. Like I said, seeing the route he went, he really bought into the system. Like, I think he really bought into, like a lot of us have, our parents, whatever, bought into that meritocracy myth. We think that if we work hard, if we're good at something, then we will get our worth and will be treated with respect. But hey, sometimes they'll let you in the room and they still don't want you there. They just know that they can use you. It's a select few that they try to let into that billionaire status, and you got to play their game. And Kanye stopped playing their game, and you see the consequences of that. So very interesting to see his evolution of as an artist, and kind of the way that he thinks about stuff. But we're gonna get to the next song. What do we have next? And shout out to Selena Johnson, legendary vocals on this one. Okay. What's this? I'll fly away. Okay. Okay. Bet. It's definitely giving like church song. Like that's what it's giving to me. That's the vibes. Yeah. Little jazzy too. It's a little jazzy too. Yeah, definitely a mix of jazz and church. Oh, I know this one. I know this one. Okay. I love this song. I don't know how I listened to it. I think it like just randomly popped up on my Spotify suggested. But I love this song. Let's actually like listen to the lyrics to it this time. Same thing I said before with like Kanye's vocals, not being a vocalist but still singing. I love it. This is the perfect song to represent what I'm talking about.
Manager insults me again, I will be assaulting him. After I fuck the manager up, then I'm gonna shorten the register up. Let's go.
That's back. Another thing I love about Kanye's song. How like I feel like he has a lot of songs where there's like a loop, you know, a vocal loop in the back. You know, I feel like he's so good at that, and I'm not saying he's the only producer that does it, but I do feel like it's a signature for him. And I really love how it sounds and how he's able to, like, even though it's a simple loop, with the production, make the song sound a lot more
back to the gap. Look at my check, wasn't no scratch. So if I stole, wasn't my fault. Yeah, I stole, never got caught. They take me to the back and pat me, asking me about some khakis. But let some black people walk in. I bet you they show off they token blackie. Oh, now they love Kanye. Let's put them
okay. Interesting. So he's like, sounds like racial profiling. They're doing some racial profiling, a little discrimination at work. But then he's their token black person, you know, to maybe help solidify a sale. Instead of having one of their white associates, they have one of the black ones. You know, yeah, a lot of jobs make it like that. But yeah, that is a thing. I literally watched a video. Check out my live channel. If you look at the civil rights lawyer, we reacted to a video of a guy that worked at a military parts store, and they accused him of stealing a package he was supposed to deliver. And then they called the police, had the guy arrested, and then had to call back once they brought the dude to the station because they realized they found the package they thought he stole. So it's like stuff like that. I feel like that's a real life example where it's like, if y'all want to see like how this dynamic can play out in real life, search my channel for that video. It was posted within the past 2 or 3 months. And yeah, that was insane.
In the front of the store, so I'm on break next to the no smoking sign with a blunt in the mall. Taking my hits, writing my rhymes, playing my mind. This fucking job can't help them, so I quit. Y'all welcome. Y'all don't know my struggle. Y'all can't match my hustle.
Yo, thank you, DC. How you doing?
You can't fathom my love, dude. Lock yourself in a room doing 5 beats a day for 3 summers. That's a different world, like 3 summers. I deserve to do.
I always like that. I always like that line right there. You know, I love when artists actually give insight on what their journey was like, their process, how much they grinded to, you know, whether it's producing, writing songs, all that. But like, you know, the process of them making music is so mysterious, but that's why I like when artists give those little nuggets right there, you know, because I feel like that line is so powerful right there. He said, I'm about to butcher it, but he said, you know, try locking yourself in a room making 5 beats a day for 3 summers. That's an insane grind right there. That is an insane grind, right? Now, if you guys drop a follow to my Twitch, y'all can see, you know, I'm on my journey learning how to produce the FL studio, right? And it's a lot, bro. And I'm nowhere near the musician that Kanye is, right? So for him, it's probably a little easier to do the 5 songs. But let me just tell y'all, doing a beat for one song could take an infinite amount of time, right? The fact that he's saying he did 5 beats a day, bro, that is an insane grind. That's the type of thing that gives people more perspective on like what it took to get there, because people see the results, but they don't really see like what goes into it, you know, especially with musicians. So that's why I appreciate, you know, artists like J. Cole, you know, always releasing vlogs and videos, um, showing like their process, like them in the studio, producing the beat, like stuff like that. Um, and we kind of did get to see that. I don't know if y'all watched that Kanye documentary that was on Netflix, the one that was shot by Cootie. Y'all watched that one? Let me know. But that was a really good series, and that was my first time actually getting to see Kanye like in the studio making these songs, the grind of trying to get people to give it a chance, you know. But yeah, I just wanted to say that because that line to me hit so hard for that reason. Think about with this type of song, I'm thinking about how long it is and how far we gotten from songs that are even this long. You know, these days songs are like 2 minutes. You know, I don't think you could get the full feel of this song of like 2 minutes or less. And that's one thing I hate about music today. That's why I want to listen to all these old albums for. Oh, we already know this one. We already know this one. Can we do the video for this? Let's do the video for this one. I don't know the last time I seen the video or if I've seen the whole video. This is Jesus Walks, Kanye. All right, let's watch it. Wait, version 2? Wait, there's 2 versions? Version 1? Huh. Okay. Well, I guess we gonna watch version 2 then.
Yeah.
Now, this is another iconic song right here. It best be. I remember seeing something in the Kanye documentary about this video getting directed by who they say this is directed by? Y'all let me know.
We at war. We at war with terror.
In that little that kind of reminds me of like some type of like slave hymn chant type vibe. Like, you know, songs people sing while out in the fields.
God show me the way because the devil's trying to break me down. You know what the Midwest is, young and restless, or restless. Might snatch your necklace and next these might jack your Lexus. Somebody tell these who Kanye West is. I walk through the valley of the shadow where death is. Top floor, if you alone, I leave you breathless. Try to catch it. It's kinda hard getting choked by the Texas, yeah, and I check the method. They be asking us questions, harass and arrest us.
Man, wow. I never realized how, like, cause I heard these songs growing up, but I didn't necessarily listen to the lyrics. It's so interesting how, should I say, political Kanye's music was at the time, and it seems like I won't say he's apolitical now. I would just say it seems like he is the polar opposite. He's at the opposite end of the spectrum. And I don't mean like political party. I just mean in terms of how he thinks. And I guess, like, you know, if you live half of your life in a different class, you know, being able to have access to whatever you want and feeling like you were rewarded based off your hard work, I could see how that might make you a little jaded, how that could change your perspective. Oh my God. Okay. I have to make sure I still have the audio playing. Yeah, it's just interesting how that could like change your perspective on things, and you know, especially like in terms of like having less empathy for people that come from similar circumstances to you, because you feel like you were able to work hard and then be rewarded, but that doesn't necessarily represent how the whole system is. But that's another topic for another day, because Jay-Z's in that same category with how they think about people. You know, they feel like all it is people not working hard enough and not necessarily looking at the system, because they were able to be on the positive end of the spectrum of the system, even though they still have been exploited and also have exploited other artists in the process. That applies to both Jay-Z and Kanye. um it's interesting because they truly do have a full experience of all sides of the spectrum. They understand what it's like to come from less fortunate circumstances. They understand what it's like to have your hard work lead to you, um having more money or success. Kanye has experienced having that hard work and not give him immediate success as well, with people wanting to put him in a box just as a not an artist. Both of them have overcome whatever circumstances and then put themselves in a different class of people. Then they went to a whole nother class once they reached like billionaire status. So they in both have exploited artists and other creatives around them in order to get where they go. I mean, the reality is most of the time if you're a billionaire, you probably have had to exploit someone's work, labor, not pay them some type of something like that in order to advance yourself that much. I mean, that's just, we're talking probability. The odds are a lot higher in someone that is a billionaire. People can do it on smaller scales too, but um it's just so interesting because it feels like here he's rapping like one of us, and then later on he talks and raps like one of them, and then now after having the rug pulled under him, by the powers that be, now he's kind of like somewhere in limbo where he realized that the money and power doesn't give you immunity, protection, or anything like some of the other people that have that same money and power. And then it just goes to show the amount of levels where even if you do have that money, having the connections can get you cut off too. So it's interesting. I wonder, I want to hear his perspective more now that he's on the other side of it. But dang, it's just so interesting how life can take you so many different places with it. And of course, I've heard this since I was younger, so I'm gonna just give you all some commentary on it. This is another example of that like chorus group type vocals. Oh, hold on. Were y'all able to hear that? Yeah, were y'all able to hear the music just now? I thought I just unmuted it. It's another example of kind of like, the chorus or kind of group vocals in the background. Uh I mean, personally, I love that. I feel like a lot of artists don't do that as much these days, but I feel like that was a very uh 80s, 90s, 2000s type vibe.
The only thing that I pray is that my feet don't fail me now. And I don't think there's nothing I can do now to right my wrongs. I wanna talk to God, but I'm afraid cause we ain't spoken so long. So long. So long.
What the? I wonder what he meant by that.
Even the scribblers. To the victims of welfare, feel we living in hell here. Hell yeah.
I know he definitely believed that Jesus walked with the strippers, because Lord knows that's his type of woman. But with it, I know there was some type of magazine cover that Kanye did around this time that had him with, I think, like the thorns on his head or some type of Jesus image he had. And then I mean he did call himself Jesus, so it's interesting how people's opinion change on it, the person. All right, you already know that's a classic right there. That's a classic. Nice to do a little breakdown on that. Okay, next song is Never Let Me Down. Okay, I don't think I heard this one. Guess we're gonna find out. Wow, they were collabing all the way back then. Hey, Jay-Z know who to attach himself to.
That's right. That's what I do. Come on. No, I ain't never let you down.
Why these vocals kind of sound like Maya? Am I tripping? Does it sound like that to y'all too? Maybe I'm thinking of someone else.
First I had their ear, now I have their heart. Rappers came and went, I've been here from the start. I seen them put it together, watch them take it apart. Seen the rovers roll up with ribbons. I seen them repo, resold, and re-driven. So when I reload, he holds #1 positions. When you hot, I'm hot. And when your feet cold, mine's a sizzling. It's plain to see. Niggas can't fuck with me, cause I'ma be that nigga for life.
Hey, are y'all fans of Jay-Z? I'm not really a Jay-Z fan. I don't look. I'm not saying he's bad. He's just not my cup of tea. I don't know what other people think about it. Do y'all like him? I don't really care for his rap style. I don't know. Just don't do it for me.
Get up, I get up, I get up, I get down for my grandfather who took my mama, made her sit in that seat where white folks ain't want us to eat. At the tender age of 6, she was arrested for the sit-ins. And with that in my blood, I was born to be different. That niggas can't make it to balance to choose leadership, but we can make it to Jacobs or to the dealership. That's why I hear new music and I just don't be feeling it. Racism still alive, they just be concealing it. But I know they don't want me in a damn club. They even make me show ID to get inside a Sam's Club. I done did
Crazy how he went from this to slavery is a choice, man. I can't help but think it, y'all. Can't help but think about it. You know, if I listened to it at the time, it wouldn't even be worth commenting on. Like, wow, it's just crazy how stuff can really change your perspective that drastically. For money.
To get my hands scrubbed. Swear I've been baptized these 3 or 4 times. But in the land where niggas praise you cons and getting paid, it's gonna take a lot more than coupons to get us saved. Like it take a lot more than do-rags to get your way. Nothing sad as that day my girl father passed away, so I promised to Mr. Rainey I'm gonna marry your daughter. And you know I gotta thank you for the way that she was brought up. And I know that you was smiling when you seen the car bought her. And you sent tears from heaven when you seen my car get balled up. But I can't complain what the accident did to my left eye, cause look what an accident did to left eye. First Aaliyah, now Romeo must die. I know I got angels watching me from the other side.
Okay, so Kanye fans, let me know, did Kanye record this whole album after the accident? Because I know Through the Wire was, but I don't know. I wonder how much of it was after the accident versus before. This song is clearly one of those, though.
Get up, I get down.
We all here for a reason on a particular path. You don't need a curriculum to know that you are part of the math. Cats think I'm delirious, but I'm so damn serious. That's why I expose my soul to the globe, the world. I'm trying to make it better for these little boys and girls. I'm not just another
What's this?
My spirit is a part of this. That's why I get spiritual. But I get my hymns from him. So it's not me, it's he that's lyrical. I'm not a miracle.
I like that. That's a bar. I get my hymns from him. Like hymns as in, like, you know, isn't that like basically like songs, church songs, or like I guess slave songs could be hymns too. But you know, I get my hymns from him. I get my songs from him. God, rock, where I met you. You know, rock is another word for I think like crack.
Somebody must have caught him, cause every 4th quarter I like the Mike Jordan them. #1 albums, what I got like 4 of them. More of them on the way, the 8th wonder on the way. Clear the way, I'm here to stay. Y'all can save the chitter chat, this and that, this and Jay will get you maced. When I start spitting them lyrics, niggas get very religious. 6 Hail Marys, please, Father, forgive us. Young, the Archbishop, the Pope John Paul, and y'all niggas, the way y'all all follow Jigga. Hove's a living legend, and I tell you why. Everybody wanna be Hove, and Hove's still alive.
I wish this was more kind. I'm sorry, y'all. I just crazy. I can't. Uh-oh, what's this one? Wait, I think I know this one. Get 'em high, Talib Kweli. I'm in. Oh, that's interesting.
Throw your motherfucking hand. Get 'em high. All the girls pass the weed to your motherfucking man.
Hold on, I like this beat.
Now I ain't never tell you to put down your hand. Keep 'em high.
It sounds familiar, but I don't know the lyrics or anything. I feel like I heard the beat.
My flow is in the pocket like
Okay.
Wallace. I got the bounce like hydraulics. I can't call it. I got the swirl like alcohol. My freshman
Okay.
year, I was going through hella problems till I bit up the nerve to drop my ass about a call. My teacher
Okay.
said I was a loser. I told her, why don't you kill me? I give a fuck if you feel me. I'm gonna follow my heart.
Bro, see, I feel like Kanye's one of those people where like their delivery is a big part of like what makes their appeal like as a rapper, right? Like he doesn't even have to be a rapper, but like his style, the way that he flows, the cadence, you know, the dare I say the aura that he has when he's rapping, that I feel like another artist like that in his own way, in a separate way, is like Kendrick Lamar and Lil Wayne. Like they have their own styles of it, right? This is just Kanye's style of it. I like this. I like it. This might be my favorite one so far.
And if you follow the charts or the plaques or the stacks, you ain't gotta guess who's back. You see, I'm so shy that you thought I was bashful, but this bastard's flow will bash your skull, and I will.
Okay.
Cut your girl like
I like that. That's a bar right there. Bashful, bash your skull.
the troll. And I don't usually smoke, but pass the dro. And I won't give you that money that you asking for. Why you think me and
I love that other vocal in the back, that other layer he has where it's like I think it's coming through my left ear, but you know, it's like, and I won't, and then he says another line, I would, something like I don't know what that is. Like it's almost like doing a call and response to yourself. You know, I like that though. I like that. Just a nice little musical touch instead of like doing it the straightforward, obvious way. Just making it a little more interesting, a little bit more interesting delivery. You know, I feel like the good music are able to deliver the same message in different ways or make it sound fresh or, you know, add an element of surprise to it a little bit. I feel like what that is.
ain't cool, we assholes. That's why we hear your music getting fast forward. Cause we don't wanna hear that weak shit no more.
Oh, okay. I think I remember where I heard this. So I actually heard a little bit of this the other week when Kendrick Lamar had Euphoria. I looked on Genius. They said the N words like, we don't want to hear you say nigga no more. They said that was a interpolation of this song. So I was skipping through the song trying to find that part, and that was it. That was pretty much the part. So that's kind of fire.
Your motherfucking hands. All the girls pass the weed to your motherfucking man.
Okay.
Now I ain't never tell you to put down your hands.
It's like seemed like a club anthem, right? Those of y'all that was there at the time, was this a song in the club? This seemed like a club.
Now who the hell is this? Emailing me at 11:26, telling me that she 3626.
Yeah, see, like this is the Kanye I grew up with. Like, bro, these days for me, Kanye is very hit or miss. This is the Kanye that I know, like this flow, this type of energy. These days he be a little more like all over the place. He's a mixed bag. You don't know what you're like, you know, but that's just a part of it. But this is the Kanye that I grew up like he's that guy. He just sounds so.
You 9 girls on Black Planet B when they get bubbly at NYU, but she hail from Kansas. Right now she just lamping, chilling on campus. Sent me a picture with a feeling on Candace, who said her favorite rapper was the late great Francis. WHIT, it's getting late, mommy. Your screensaver say tweet, so you got to call me and bring a friend for my friend. His name Quali.
You mean Talib,
Oh,
lyrics 60 your
Talib.
rib. I mean, that's my favorite CD that I play in my crib. I mean, you don't really know him. Why is you lying?
I like that. Almost like not quite a skit, but like adding like a conversational aspect with another character to the song. That's interesting. I just like when artists do it's like outside of the box or to help tell the story, but not make it like so boring and
You don't believe me, please pick up the line. She gon' think that I'm lying. Just spit a couple of lines, then maybe I'll be able to give a dick all the time and get a high.
Yeah.
I'm dead.
I can't believe this nigga used my name for picking up dimes. But
Wait,
never mind, I need some
is this Talib? Okay, so I get it. So he's trying to like in this scenario, he's like flexing that he knows another rapper, another well-known rapper like Talib. Now, actually, if there's any Talib Whaley fans, I think that's how you say it. I'm actually gonna check out him and Most Def's project. I think it's called Black Star. I'm gonna check that out. So if I want to see that, let me know in the comment.
You trying to pull tracks out, and my rhymes is finna blow. You trying to blow backs out. Well, okay, you twisted my arm. I'll assist with the charm. Hey yo, ain't you meet that chick at that conference with your mom's sister, the bomb? But she got the bougie behavior. Always got something to say, like a okay player.
It's fire. I love how it sounds like, you know, it's coming from like a walkie-talkie or like some type of like device, like, or a radio or something. I think Eminem was another artist that used that in lighting songs. I always love. Okay. New song. The new workout plan. Okay.
You might better pull you a rapper, an NBA player, man, at least to do with a car. So first of all, we gonna work on the stomach. Nobody wants a little tight ass. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and get them sit-ups right and tuck your tummy tight and do your crunches like this. Give head stop.
What the?
Get up, check your weave. Don't drop the blunt or disrespect the weed. Pick up your son or disrespect your seed. It's a party tonight and ooh, she's so excited. Tell me who's invited. You, your
This is such an interesting song. So this is a workout.
friends in my dick. What's scary to me, and he make girls look like
This is like Kanye's version of Workout by J. Cole. What it gives.
buried to me, so excuse me, miss. I forgot your name. Thank you, God bless you, good night. I came.
Such an interesting
I came.
beat.
It's been a week without me, and she feel weak without me. She
Okay,
wanna talk.
not gonna lie, this definitely reminds me of Eminem. It's like a mixture between Nas and Eminem. Honestly, yeah, definitely who this reminds me of. The playfulness of Eminem, how and how he told stories. You know, like specifically Slim Shady. Definitely hearing the influence, and Nas too. I still hear the Nas heavy. But mind y'all, I like that because those are two of my favorite rappers, and Nas, two of my faves. So it's, to me, that's like a perfect combination. Okay. Okay. Oh my god, that is insane. Yo, this, bro, I'm telling you, the silliness of this is literally giving me like Slim Shady, like, because Eminem will always make those songs where they're like telling a story. Like, okay, obviously rappers tell stories, right? But if you listen to him, you know how he goes about it in a playful way, kind of like give you a play-by-play. Like, I could imagine the video like this. It's a certain way of like delivering the lines that give you that, oh, like, in a way, cinematic type feeling. That's the best way that I could describe it, honestly. But I mean, I think Nas does that too, different ways.
Them cars. Still kill a nigga on 16 bars. We sweat into the oldies. We juke into a cold beat. Maybe one day, girl, we could bone. So you can back tell all your homies. Yeah, but I still mess with a big girl. That you ain't fit, girl. I still hit, girl. One end, you brought 2 friends. Okay, 3 more now. Hop in the Benz 4-door. Do you know the difference between a 5, 6, 7, 8? All the mocha lotties. You gotta do Pilates.
Hold on.
You gotta pop this.
Wait, isn't this a interpolation? Isn't this like kind of the cadence?
Boy, you start back dating hustlers, gangsters, all us ballers. It's been a week without me, and she feel weak without me. She wanna talk it out, but ain't nothing to talk about. She talking about freaking out.
Yeah. It's the exact same toxicity Eminem songs. Oh my god, I can't unhear it.
Hey, my name is Jill. I just want to say thanks to Kanye's workout plan. I was able to pull an NBA player, and like now I shop every day on Rodeo Drive.
I'm
I just wanna
dead.
say thank you, Kanye. My name is Alessandra, and I just wanted to say since listening to Kanye's workout tape, I was able to get my phone bill paid. I got sounds in 13.
I'm dead. This is so silly.
To get a free trip to Cancun.
It's creative
And
though.
what's most importantly is that I ain't gotta fuck with Ray Ray broke ass no more. Work it more.
Oh, why I gotta be a Ray Ray? I'm so over hearing about Pookies and Ray Rays.
Hey, from Mobile, Alabama, and I just want
Stop.
to say since listening to Kanye's workout tape, I've been able to date out.
This accent though. This accent. That confirms it. That's literally the intro to J. Cole's workout. So I wasn't tripping when I said this must have been for J. Cole's song. Because it goes like, I wanna see you work out. You work. Okay, wow. That makes so much sense. That makes sense. Wow, J. Cole really was a Kanye stan. That's like, I don't know if that's the first. I don't know. He just put this video out 3 years ago. I'm gonna show y'all. In case you haven't heard it, because I'm not assuming everybody knows J. Cole. Kanye say he doesn't listen to J. Cole.
Do you really wanna love me straight up? Now tell me, do
Oh my god.
you really hit you again?
Here we go.
Or is it just the
Here we
hit
go.
and run? Hey, we got a good thing.
Wow, I had no idea that's where it came from. Hold on.
Is that a good thing? 'Cause girl, I only hoping that one night stand, you drop that thing down.
Okay. Now listen to how it sounds like similar, trying to make it sound like an exercise.
Let me see you get high and go low. Now, girl, won't you drop that thing down to the flow? I'm here for
So it's like a similar vibe. And you know what? Now listening to it, I could definitely hear like the Kanye, especially with that. I don't know what that little, I don't know if it's a hi-hat symbol or whatever that little is. I don't know. But that is very like Kanye-esque. I think. My God, the band. I mean, who wouldn't grow up with Kanye, bro? Oh wow. Oh, he sampled that part too. Oh my God, that was a part of it. He really looped that part in the song. Oh my God, see, that's crazy, bro. I had no idea that was a sample. Or a Kanye sample.
It's Fox, man. I'm just saying. I was talking to the girls, you know, and we don't put enough emphasis on the ladies sometimes. You know, I was talking to this girl. She was talking about the music, all fast in the club. You know, she got to drink water because she thirsty. She done danced like 9,200 songs back to back, but ain't nobody, you know, really try to find out what she feeling, like how she feel. You know?
Slow jams. Oh my God, let me tell y'all about this one. One of my favorite ones. Oh my God, can we just say, this, I won't say this is my favorite Kanye song, but if I did have to try to pick a favorite, this is probably up there. The sample on the song. Having Twista on this song. Look, first of all, I shouldn't even been hearing this song, but everybody played their part so well. Bro, this is one of the best hip hop songs ever. It says the production, amazing. It's just a vibe, bro. I don't know what to say, but it could also be nostalgia, because I remember hearing this song play. I feel like it was on Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition. I think it was on there. But I heard this song all the time, and this one was literally so like, you know how some songs just make you feel good, like the instrument is pretty. feels good when you listen to it. This was one of those songs. And Twista, oh my god, the perfect person to go on this beat. He did an amazing job. So we're gonna vibe out to it. But I'm just letting y'all know, this to me is like peak Kanye right here. Peak Kanye. And shout out to Jamie Foxx because he did his thing. Friend looked like Michael Jackson. Dark skinned friend looked like Michael Jackson. I swear that is one of the funniest. It's not funny. The condition is not funny, but I'm sorry. That's one of the funniest bars I heard. That's like one of the first bars I heard when I was younger. I don't think I understood it all the way, but it's like a certain point when I hit a certain age, I realized what he was saying, and I just was dying laughing. I was dying laughing. Because you know, when you're a kid, you don't really know, like, you're not really listening to the lyrics. You're not analyzing the lyrics from the part until you get to a certain age. So it's like, it hit me. I was like, oh my God, that's what I'm saying.
Ready for the world, she was ready for some action. My dog said you ain't no freak, so you bout to prove my man wrong. I'ma play this Vandross, you gon' take your pants off. I'ma play this Gladys night, me and you gon' get right.
That's like all the artists that do like the baby make music, or like people that's on some playlist, you know, their sex playlist. That's pretty much all the names. I don't know if everybody who hears the song understands that, but yeah, that's the significance of all the artists. Like, why did Jamie Foxx eat this up so much? Like, why did he do that? Why did he?
Set the party off right. Yes, we, yes, we.
You know what's crazy? I had no idea that was Jamie Foxx when I was a kid. I grew up knowing Jamie Foxx just as an actor.
It's good, it's beautiful, but now.
Okay, we good off this part. I already know this, but yeah, I love this. This is amazing. Because bro, it's just a what category do we put this? R&B? Oh, here he goes, Twista. Perfect, bro. Perfect.
Come with me and sip on some Evelyn champagne. You ain't no two sticker rockin' like the whispers. Hit the stoplight, give it to some eyes. These rims still moving, so I pop a little spinners while I'm smoking on the beat. Dipping through the streets, popping up a beat, and I got the heat on the 23. And I do it.
Yeah. Why he goes so, bro? I don't know what to say, bro. This is one of the best features, like rap features on the R&B type something, bro. I'm telling you. I mean, this is just iconic. I don't know how else to say it, bro. It's crazy, bro. Twista went absolutely. Where's my music? All right.
But definitely set this party off right. She said she wasn't ready for the world, some new addition, some many reputation. Definitely set this party off right. Yes, we will. Oh, yes, we will. Fly in the family stone. Let's get the party on. Fly in the family stone. Let's get the party on. Earth, wind, and fire, baby. Let's take it higher, sweetie. Let's really say,
Shout out to whoever was on that vocals too, because you went crazy. Yo, I feel like Kanye was so good at finding vocalists and people who weren't necessarily mainstream either. It's a lot of vocalists he had in the song that weren't necessarily big artists. Love this song, bro. Wow, it went crazy, crazy. Definitely one of the best songs in the album without even listening to it. So what's this one? Oh, Ludacris. I didn't know they had a song. Didn't know him and Ludacris had a song. Okay. He said when I pull a piece out. Uh-oh. Oh, that's interesting. That's a bar. That's a bar. Very interesting point, right? Because a lot of the gold and stuff we get, it comes from these African countries that are being exploited, you know, by whoever it is that runs these gold mines and stuff. And there's a lot of child labor and abuse and worker violations and stuff that happen, you know, to get this right. So it's like he's kind of playing on that, like, okay, well, you know, since you know the gold and the stuff is vain, you know, I think he said Talib Kweli or Talib, y'all let me know how to say his name. I know that he's a conscious rapper. I don't know much about him, but I do know that. So I guess he's saying, like, you know, I hate to disappoint Mr. Kweli or, you know, the conscious rappers, you know, who's trying to get away from materialism and stuff. But hey, ain't I technically helping, you know, back home in Africa? Back home, you know, for us, that's how our home content. You know, if I'm getting this gold and stuff and all these jewels, you know, it's technically coming from one of some of our home countries. So like, does that like cancel out the badness in it? The answer is obviously no. But he's kind of just like, you know, joking about it, being like kind of sarcastic about it in a way. Hey, all right, bet Gucci, appreciate you, bro. We're still getting through this Kanye album right now. It's bro, it's been a journey so far.
First nigga with a Benz and a backpack. Ice
Okay.
chain, Cardi lands in a knapsack. Always said if I rapped, I say something significant.
Okay.
But now I'm rapping about money, hoes, and rims again.
Interesting, right? That makes sense too. Like, if he was influenced by like Nas and artists like that, you know, I see how like if you were influenced by him, some of the other artists that maybe talked about political stuff or the social things, you know, but it's like, hey, once you got there, your heart not there. You don't really have much to say about it for real. That's just kind of what you're used to. But when you start rapping, all you might be able to come up with for real is some bars about these hoes, cars, all that type of shit. So I mean, that's interesting though. That's kind of funny, but I appreciate the honesty though. I appreciate the honesty in the bars.
Face hundreds and whatever other synonyms. Strippers named Cinnamon, more chips than Pentium. What you gon' buy next? Whatever new trend it is.
No, that's so funny. Strippers named Cinnamon. I don't know much about strip clubs, but from watching TV shows and strippers, it seems like they always have these kind of names that's like, you know, funny flavor, like a flavor or something, you know, vanilla, caramel, chocolate. I remember watching House of Pain and what's his name, Calvin, or no, I think CJ had a two stripper girlfriends named Delicious and Nutritious. So it kind of made me think about that a little bit. Not gonna lie.
I spend my stacks and I'm so broke. I look back like, damn, was I on crack? I mean, 12 platinum chains, was I on that? What the hell was
I'm
wrong
dead.
with me, dog? Sing along with me, y'all.
All right.
If you're iced up, pull your sleeves out. Push a big
Okay.
truck, pull your keys out. Girls go wild and pull your D's out.
I'm dead.
Breathe in, breathe out.
Pull your D's out. It's crazy. That's not. Hold on. Oh my God. Wait. He said, pull your D's out. Wait a minute. That's kind of a yo. Wait. I mean, I know for he's talking about women pull your double D's out because it's a size of a bra. It's like a big size of a bra. But when I thought about it again, I'm like, wait a minute. He's saying pull your D's out. That might get interpreted the wrong way. That's kind of crazy. Okay, I'm gonna let him have it. I'm gonna let him have it. But I wasn't thinking that at first. But then I thought about it again. I'm like, hey yo, he get misinterpreted.
School quick, I always had a PhD, a pretty huge dick. Ladies tired of
Hey,
being
yo.
ripped off by guys like this, and giving head is like a whale that's using a toothpick. Well, I'm in the club for a limited time. Act now and get some action for a free 99. Later on, I might charge for Menage. Heard a man was the boss of the flaws.
Might charge for Menage.
Diamonds.
Diamonds.
Cost me because she my caddy, cause she grabbed my golf balls in the club, and I'm still acting calm in the mud. She asked, can you drop me in the hundreds where my Altima was while we drive? She telling me about problems with a man, baby, I fully understand. Let me help you with a plan. Why he tricking off? Don't get no rich nigga. Give me some head, that'll really piss him off.
That's funny. Yo, Kanye has always been. He said, "Give me some head so you can piss him off." W Strat. You know that's W pushing your agenda, trying to finesse, bro. You just yo. That's one thing that I've always felt about Kanye. To me, he's always been funny, and personally, I always like rappers that's funny. That's just me though. I feel like for me to enjoy your music as a rapper, you gotta kind of be funny to some extent. I'm sorry, you gotta be a little funny. Come on, like that's part of it. I feel like being clever and stuff like that. That right there, I like that. Now give me a second, y'all. We're gonna check out the next one, right? Okay, so next song is hold on. Let me switch back, y'all. There it is. Yep. All right. Full spirit. Let's go. Let's do it. Wait. This is a skit. Hold
You feel so good. And after all, now beat that.
on. Okay, yeah, wait for that one. So that's kind of like a commentary on a little bit of what I was talking about earlier. The other song where he was talking about the girl in college and not wanting to tell her parents about the major, getting jobs with or getting college degrees that don't have a lot of jobs and stuff like that. Interesting because he's that part right there about oh it's the boss's niece, she don't even have a degree. That goes to show like, you know, what I was saying about the nepotism, how having family and having connections, you know, can make all the difference, right? Whereas if you don't have that, if you don't have a family that owns the business or, you know, whatever, like that can be the thing that helps get someone on their feet. But if you have those type of connections, right, you don't have that type of network, then you don't have as much room for error. You have to kind of just be more take what you can get, right, and work jobs that aren't as like accommodative to you, or you might have a different level of pressure, right? Like if someone's working there in their like family, they have a lot more room to mess up, and then there and then being black on top kinda just doesn't like the same. And he's talking about how like, you know, you doing all this going to college and then all that just to kind of like work your way up the retail ladder, I guess you could say retail work, or and you know that applies to jobs in all types of fields, not just
You know what college does for you? Makes you really smart, man. All you kids want to talk in the back of the class. Not me, I listened. Okay? I was a hall monitor.
Oh, I get it now. This skit is from the perspective of someone that was like a smart student, good student. POV. I get it now. This is the nerd talk, at least story wise.
This was meant to be. You know how many classes I took? Extra classes, extra classes? No, I've never had sex, but you know what? My degree keeps me satisfied. When a lady walks to me and says, "Hey, you know what's sexy?" I say, "No, I don't know what it is, but I bet I can add up all the change in your purse very fast."
School spirit up for them.
Getting the speed.
Alpha step, Omega step, Kappa step, Sigma step, gangsters walk, pimps gon' talk. Ooh, hecky no, that boy is raw. AKA step, Delta step,
Okay, so far he's naming the black sororities and fraternities.
gangsters walk, pimps gon' talk. Ooh, hecky no, that boy is raw. I'ma get on this TV, mama. I'ma put this down. I'ma make sure these light-skinned niggas never come back in style.
Wait. Okay, true. Yeah, I could see skin color having something to do with it. You know, dark skinned dudes do get looked at a certain way. It is still a dynamic. Light skinned guys, but that part right there, where did that come from? I've heard that flow before. That I don't know if that's an interpolation or he did it first and somebody copied him. I feel like that's in another Kanye song at that. No, am I tripping? Hey, y'all let me know if y'all know where that. Da, 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 da. Where does that come from? I've heard.
Told them I finished school and I started my own business. They say, oh, you graduated. No, I decided I was finished chasing y'all dreams and
Okay.
what you got planned. Now I spit it so hot, you got canned. Back to school and I hate it there, I hate it there. Everything I want, I gotta wait a year, I wait a year. This nigga graduated at the top of our class. I went to Cheesecake, he was off of them and waited there. Alpha step, Omega step, Kappa step, Sigma step, gangsters walk, pimps gon' talk. Ooh, hecky no, that boy is raw. AKA step, Delta step, SG roll step, Zeta step, gangsters walk, pimps gon' talk. Ooh, hecky no. I got a Jones
I
like.
swear, I might be tripping, but I'm definitely getting like country vibes from the way he's. I don't know if I'm, but it does have like a little bit of country twang to it. Hey, what's this one called? 2 words, most def. Oh, we're almost done. Okay. Interesting. It seemed like he had a lot of like conscious rappers. I'm assuming these are the rappers. Maybe he was influenced by a little bit. I don't know. Y'all let me know. I don't know who Kanye's influences were outside of Nas.
Still know where to go. Now throw your hands up, hustlers, busters, boosters, ho. Everybody, fuck that. Still know where to go. Still know where to go.
2 words, United States, no love, no breaks, low brow, high stakes, crack smoke.
Okay, is this most def?
Black folks, Big Macs, fat folks, ecstasy capsules, presidential scandals, everybody move. 2 words, most deaf, K West, hot shit.
Yeah,
Calm
it
down,
is.
Get back, ghetto people got
Hold on, I need to listen to some most def. Y'all let me know if you're watching this. Songs or what. Let me know what most Def songs I should listen to. Let me hear some. I know he was in a song with JID. I probably know some of his songs, but not like by name. If I heard it, I'd probably be like, oh yeah, I know this. Not by name. So I probably heard him to some extent.
Shit, gun pump cock shit. We won't stop shit. Everybody move. 2 words, BKNY, Bed-Stuy, too hard.
Ooh, I like that.
Too many, that's why. These streets, no game. Can't ball, don't play. Heavy traffic.
Bro, I don't know. Maybe I just love New York rappers, bro. Like, I don't know. I always seem to love rappers from New York. Whatever reason, some of my favorite rappers, or from the South. Oh man, it's like something about those New York rappers, bro.
Everybody move. 2 words, most deaf, blackjack, hot shit. Calm down, get back. Ghetto people got this. Game porn lock, gun porn cock. We won't stop. Everybody move.
Now throw your hands up, hustlers, busters, boosters, ho. Everybody fuck that.
Okay, here we go again. We got more of the choir and the group back. I'm telling y'all, bro, it's something about it. It just makes the song feel more like full, like it adds a different element. I don't know, but I love the producers and artists that continue that going, because it is like a cultural it's like a cultural thing. It's something that, like, I feel like maybe stems from church, maybe stems from stems from songs, maybe that's like rooted in some cultural traditions our ancestors had back in different countries, Africa. And I think we kind of hold on to that, slave hymns to the church hymns and all that. Cool. To me, to keep that alive in the music is the kind of, we definitely don't hear people do that.
Yo, G, they can't stop.
Okay, Through the Wire. Okay, I know this one. I'm gonna just listen through this, give my commentary at the end.
Rapper Kenny hot.
Bro, this sounds like a song that would be the last song. Yeah, it does.
I spit it through the wire, man. There's too much stuff on my heart right now.
That was crazy. At the time, I didn't know he was in an accident. I didn't know he did this song. But, after seeing that documentary with him recording it, I mean, it just makes it legendary.
I gladly risk it all right now. It's a life or death situation, man. Y'all don't really understand how I feel right now, man. It's your boy Kanye Ciara. Shot-town, what's going on? Yeah. I drink a boost for breakfast, an insure for dessert. Somebody order pancakes, I just sip the scissor. That right there could drive a sane man berserk.
Oh, that's fire. Okay. So now, wow, that makes the lyrics make so much more sense. So he's saying he sipped the scissor, basically saying he's taking some type of like pain killer, or maybe he was actually drinking lean. Maybe he was drinking lean to help him with the pain. That surprised me. But wow, okay. See, this is one of those songs where when I was growing up, I heard it, but like I wasn't listening to the lyrics. Like I just listened to more the beat.
Worry, Mr. Ace to the Izzles back to Wizard. How do you console my mom or give her light support? Telling her son's on life support. And just imagine how my girl feel on the plane, scared as hell that a guy looked like Emmett Till. She was with me before the deal. She been trying to be mine. She a Delta, so she been throwing that dynasty sign. No use me trying to be lying. I've been trying to be signed, trying to be a millionaire. How I used 2 lifelines in the same hospital where Biggie Smalls died. The doctor said I had blood clots, but I ain't Jamaican, man. Story on MTV, and I ain't trying to make
that's a bar. I'll give him that. That I got blood clots, but I ain't Jamaican. I think that's kind of a hint at what bumba clot or whatever, or they might say blood clot too. I don't know. Jamaicans, but I guess he's saying like, how hard is it gonna be to get on a plane? Because like, post 9/11, they start requiring you to go through the metal detectors and stuff, so they go think he got something on him because he got some type of metal plate. Okay. Needless to say, that's a banger. Okay, what's this one? Family Business. Okay, bet. Almost done, y'all. We almost done.
How your son?
Yeah, I definitely haven't heard this one.
He made the team this year? He say he wasn't tall enough.
All the glitter is not gold.
Yeah, we gonna cook
Gold
this
is
Sunday,
not
okay?
reality.
Come by.
Real is what you
Baby,
live.
that's your new girlfriend? This is family business, and this is for the family that can't be with us. And
Oh
this
my god, this is so Nas coded.
is for my cousin locked down, know the answers in us. This is why
No, this literally sounds like Nas.
and he's pitching that you're gone and hit us. Super hard on Thanksgiving and Christmas, this can't be right. Yeah, you heard the track I did, man, this can't be life. Somebody please say grace so I can save face and have a reason to cover my face. I even made you a plate. Soul food, know how granny do it. Monkey bread on the side, know how the family do it. When I brought it, why the car had to look all through it. As kids, we used to laugh. Who knew that life would move this fast? Who knew I have to look at you through a glass? And look, you tell me you ain't did it, then you ain't did it. And if you did, then that's family business.
So he's talking about, I mean, it sounds like he's talking about, you know, people passing away. Hey, that's it, man. That's it. And talking about grief, talking about, you know, talking to someone through the glass. So that sounds like, you know, someone's in jail. You know, when you go to jail, there's that glass there with the phones in there, so you can talk to the person through the, you know, through visitation stuff. So that's kind of what that sounds like. He's like, hey, if you tell me you did it, you didn't do it, then you didn't do it. I believe you because you're family. But if you did, hey, even if that is the case, it's still family. Good night, bestie. I'm about to be done, so you can call me.
Gold is not reality. Real is what you live.
Yeah, this is family business. And this is for everybody standing with us. Come on, let's take a family Grammy picture. Abby, remember when they ain't believe in me? Now she like, see, that's my cousin on TV now. We getting it and we gon' make it, and they gon' hate it, and I'm his favorite. I can't deny it, I'm a straight rider, but when we get together, be electric sliding. Grandma, get them shook up. Oh no, don't open the photo book up. I got a Aunt Ruth that can't remember your name, but I bet them Polaroids are sent her down memory lane. You know that one auntie, you don't mean to be rude, but every holiday nobody eating a food, and you don't wanna stay there, cause them your worst cousins. Got roaches at they crib like them your first cousins. Act like you ain't took a bath with your cousin. Fit 3 in the bed. If it's 6 of y'all, I'm talking about 3 by the head and
Yeah, that's a thing. That's interesting. He's talking about how, like, you know, usually when you're around your cousin, you know, there's usually not space, so we gotta group up and sleep in the same bed. I mean, for us, my aunt made us sleep on pallets. You know, we had to sleep on pallets. We didn't. I mean, some people got to sleep in a bed. Some people had to sleep on the floor. And yeah, like some people, their head, you sleep by their feet. They sleep by your feet. Opposite way. Yeah, that's true trenches right there. So we got another song with that same chorus choir type vibe. Like almost all the songs.
State of mind, a creative way to rhyme without using knives and guns. Keep your nose out the sky, keep your heart to God, and keep your face to the rising sun. All my niggas from the Shies, my family, dog. And my niggas ain't my guys, they my family, dog. I feel like one day you'll understand me, dog. You can still love your man and be manly, dog. You ain't gotta get heated at every housewarming. Sitting here grilling people like George Foreman. While Uncle Ray and Aunt Sheila always performing. Second she storm out, then he storming. Y'all gon' sit down, have a good time this reunion, and drink some wine like communion.
Okay, so he's talking about people having toxic family stuff. I definitely relate to that. Every time there's a family get together, certain people just can't keep. So that's kind of funny. I'm saying, like, I'm telling y'all, bro. hearing those choir and the group vocals, it's just so nice.
For making me do this shit,
What's this?
motherfucker. I had to throw everybody out the motherfucking room because I'm fucking.
Last
I'd
call.
like to propose a toast. I said toast, motherfucker. La, la, la.
Wait, oh my god, this makes me think of something. Okay, y'all. This reminds me of a J. Cole that was on 2014 for his Hills Drive. It's the last song. I forgot what it's called. But it's basically a closing act song where he's talking the whole time. So I'm like, was Kanye inspired in that too? Cause I'm gonna pull it up for y'all so y'all can hear kind of how he did his. But that's the first thing I thought of, and I probably heard this instrumental somewhere.
La, 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 la. And I am. And they ask me, I tell them. Raise your glasses to the sky. Yeah. This is the last call for alcohol for the. So get your ass up off the wall. The all around the world digital underground Pac. The Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer of the rock. I take my chain, my 15 seconds of fame.
I love this instrumental. This, I don't know. There were so many good produced songs in here. This got to be like top 3 or top 5 best produced songs on this project for me. Like, this
Marty.
is my cup of tea.
And Sean Paul goatee head, now John Paul goatee air, cologne fill the air. Yeah, they say he bougie, he big headed. Would you please stop talking about how my dickhead is? Flow
Bro,
infectious. Give me
other thing I'm thinking, I can definitely hear the Kanye influence in J. Cole type production because he has those little, that same like, that little sound that Kanye has in his songs a lot. I don't know what instrument that is. It's a certain type of snare or something. But J. Cole, literally, if you listen to Born Sinner in 2014 for his Hills Drives, that was in his earlier music. That was a big, or even Friday Night Lights, I think. Friday Night Lights, the warm up, those albums, it's so heavy there. And that's like a big part of the J. Cole type. So it's like, listening to this, I can hear how Kanye influenced Cole. Like, it's very obvious.
with Jay-Z, I'm the Gap like Banana Republic and Old Navy and ooh.
Like his production style in particular, because J. Cole does produce a lot of songs.
I met him at the Source Awards. Girl he had with him ass coulda won the Horse Awards. And I was almost famous. Now everybody love Kanye. I'm almost reigning. Some say he arrogant. Can y'all blame him?
I think there was a song on there called, I mean, not a song, but Loves Raymond.
Fucker told me that I couldn't rhyme. Now I can let these dream killers kill my self-esteem. I use my arrogance as a steam to power my dreams. I use it as my gas, so they say that I'm gassed. But without it, I'll be last, so I ought to last. So I don't listen to
Interesting. That's an interesting perspective, right? People call it arrogance, but it's like in order to be successful to that level, you kind of gotta be a little either arrogant or just like delusionally confident. And then if you're delusionally confident, then people are gonna call you arrogant anyway, even if you're not really that. You're just kind of like, you're gassing yourself up. You're convincing yourself that you could do. So it is interesting how that could be perceived differently by people, especially people maybe who don't have the confidence enough to try to do something, you know, outside of the norm. Going that route, music, business wise, whatever, isn't exactly the easiest thing to do. But you know, that's kind of how it goes. You know, only people kind of embark on that journey can't really appreciate it. But that's an interesting perspective, you know, because you're always gonna be able to call someone you know, arrogant that's like good at what they do, or acknowledge that if you're insecure, yeah, you might mistake confidence for arrogance. W Minecraft, come on, real minor thing.
purse. Now she Louis Vuitton mom. I ain't played a hand I was dealt. I changed my cards. I prayed to the skies and I changed my stars. I went to the malls and I balled too hard. Oh my God, Is that a black card? I turned around and replied, why, yes, but I prefer the term African American Express. Brains, power, and muscle like
Now he trying to blackify the black card.
y'all niggas on that lyrical shit. Mayonnaise color bins, I push miracle whips, and I am.
Okay, I like that. Mayonnaise color whips. I push whips. I push miracle whips. I like that 'cause like Miracle Whip is a brand of mayonnaise, but he's saying he got a mayonnaise color card, which is white. But I like that. I like that. That's a little bar. Okay, that's a bar. That's a bar.
I tell 'em, raise your glasses, your glasses, your glasses to the sky. Yeah. This is the last call for alcohol for my niggas. So get your ass up off the ball. Oh. So this A&R of Rockefeller named Hip Hop picked the Truth Beat for Beanie. And when I was in a session with him, I had my demo with me, you know, like I always do. And I played the song. He's like, "Who's that spitting?" I'm like, "It's me." He's like, "Oh, okay." He started talking to me on the phone, going back and forth, just asking me to send him beats. And I think he's trying to get into managing producers because he had this other kid named Just Blaze he was messing with. And he was friends with my mentor, No ID. And No ID told him, "Look, man, if you want to mess with
Oh wow, No ID was his mentor. You know what? That's interesting. I remember hearing Lupe Fiasco talk about this. You know, I saw him on IG Live talk about Kanye, and he was just talking about how, you know, some people like Kanye act like they did everything themselves, but they really had a lot of people backing them. You know, going like even though he might have got rejected from the label, just in terms of people in the industry, people in the city, you can't really act like you didn't have people backing you that made your journey easier, help you get where you're at. But then when you get up, you start acting like, oh, it's just me for real. But that wasn't the case.
to keep the lights on and be able to go out and buy, get a Pelly off layaway, get some Jordans or something, or get a Techno Marine. That's what we wore back then. I made this one beat where I spit up this Harold Melvin sample. I played it for Hip over the phone. He's like, "Oh, yo, that shit is crazy. Jay might want it for this compilation album he's doing called The Dynasty." And at that time, like, the drums really wasn't sounding right to me, so I went and I was listening to Dre Chronic 2001 at that time, and really I just like bit the drums off Explosive and put it like with a sped up sample, and now it's kind of like my whole style where it started when he rapped on This Can't Be Life.
Bro, that's literally like, to me, Kanye has to have one of the best ears for sampling like ever. Like, if you're watching a video, if you made it to the end, make sure you leave a like, drop a follow to the Twitch link in the comments so you can be here for the other reactions. But y'all let me know, who are y'all top 3 artists or that sample?
That day I came and I tracked the beat and I got to meet Jay-Z, and he said, "Oh, you a real soulful dude." He played the song because he already spit his verse by the time I got to the studio. You know, he do it in one take. He said, "Tell me what you think of this." And I heard it and I was thinking like, man, I really wanted more like the simple type Jay-Z. I ain't want like the more introspective, complicated route, or in my personal opinion. So he asked me what you think of it, and I was like, "Man, this shit tight." You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm gonna tell him. And I was on the train, man, you know. So after that, I went back home.
Bro, I love little songs like these are so necessary, because to me, I feel like it's good to like build a connection with your fans and kind of give them perspective on that or insight into your journey.
I'm just in Chicago, I'm trying to do my thing, you know, I got groups, I got acts, I'm trying to get on, and like, wasn't nothing really like popping off the way it should have been. One of my homies, that was one of my artists, he got signed, but it was supposed to really go through my production company, but he ended up going straight with the company.
Oh wow.
So like, I'm straight holding the phone, getting the bad news that dude was trying to leave my company, and I got evicted at the same time. So I went down there and tracked the beats from him. I took that money, came back, packed all my shit up in a U-Haul, maybe about 10 days before I had to actually get out. So I didn't have to deal with the landlord because he's a jerk. Me and my mother drove to Newark, New Jersey. I hadn't even seen my apartment. I pulled up, I unpacked all my shit. You know, we went to IKEA, I bought a bed, I put the bed together myself. I loaded up all my equipment, and the first beat I made was Heart of the City.
See, that's the thing right there. Like, you know, the rappers and artists and stuff, you know, like to brag and everything when they get up. But it's like, honestly, being an artist or being a rapper is like a very expensive career and really does not pay that much. That's how these artists get in these crazy 360 deals, whatever, because that's just how hard it is to actually be able to get paid for your art. Everybody's trying to exploit you, trying to take your money and stuff. So to me, it's like, bro, the way that these artists are like hella broke, even though they have money, like not knowing how the deal is structured, all that. I'm not one that's gonna blame them. I feel like the industry is naturally predatory and gets people when they're young a lot and is very like dependent on people that come from less fortunate circumstances. They're willing to accept deals that might not be as bad because they rather have that than nothing at all. But people want to brag on their up, but it's like the reality for most people, unless you come from money, you're probably gonna be broke and working another job or just going from house to house if you're trying to.
You know, he talking shit. I'm like, oh shit. And all this time I'm starstruck, man. I'm still thinking about, I'm picturing these niggas on the show. The streets is watching or whatever. I'm looking, these are superstars in my eyes. Are they still alive, So Jay came in and he spit all these songs like in one day and in 2 days. I gotta bring up one thing, to go back in the story. The day I did the Can't Be Life beat, I tracked it. I remember Lenny Esser's there. He had some Louis Vuitton sneakers on. He think he fly. And hip hop was there. I think Tata, John Manelli, a bunch of people. I didn't know all these people at the time. They was in the room. And I said, yo, Jay, I can rap. And I spit this rap. It said, I'm killing y'all niggas on that lyrical shit. Mayonnaise color bins. I push miracle whips. And
Yeah, that one was fire.
Right up when I said that line. But the rap was like real whack and shit. So that's all the response. He said, man, that was tight. And that was it. I ain't get no deal or nothing. Okay, fast forward.
That was tight.
So, Blueprint.
That's crazy how both Kanye and J. Cole both got like low key rejected from Jay-Z the first time that they met him.
H to the Izzo, my first hit single. And I just took that poly, built relationships with people. And my relationship with Quali, I think, was one of the best things to ever happen.
Wait, he's saying he wrote that song for Jay-Z? Is that what he's saying? He's saying he wrote that song that's H to the Izzo. Did he write that?
My career as a rapper. Because, of course, later he allowed me to go on tour with him. Man, I appreciate, I love him for that. And at this time, I didn't have a
Wait,
deal.
aren't they beefing right now? Aren't Kanye and Jay-Z beefing?
I had songs and I had relationships with all these A&Rs, so they want a beats from me. So they call me over, they play on some beats. Give me a beat that sound like Jay-Z, they dick riders or whatever. So I'll play them these post-Blueprint beats or whatever, and then I'll play my shit. I'll be like, yo, but I rap too. I guess they was looking at me crazy because,
Nice,
I ain't
nice.
have a jersey on or whatever. Everybody out there, listen here, I played them Jesus Walks and they didn't sign me. You know what happened? It was some A&Rs that fuck with me though, but then like the heads, there'll be somebody at the company that I say nah.
Right.
Like, Dave Lighty fuck with me. My nigga Mel brought me to a bunch of labels. Jessica Rivera, man.
Y'all niggas is stupid if y'all don't sign Kanye. For real.
I'm not gonna say nothing to mess my promotion up.
Y'all niggas is stupid.
Let's just say I ain't get my deal. The nigga that was behind me, he wasn't even a nigga. The person that actually kicked everything off was Joe 3H from Capitol Records. He wanted to sign me really bad.
See, listen to that, bro. That's what I mean about the artist, how hard it is. Look at how many connections and people he had to help him before he actually got a chance, bro. Like, most people wouldn't even have that and still be trying to get a deal, right? And look at how, like, talented he's talking about. He played Jesus Walks for them and he still didn't get a deal. Crazy. Imagine you getting ready, you think you signed, and then they change their mind, bro. I would be devastated. See, this is what I mean, bro. In order to be an artist or to be like a creative and try to get paid, bro, you gotta have some resilience. You gotta be prepared to do and like keep trying and getting rejected over and over again. That's why I have respect for people that try to make it a career or try to like empathize with their experience. It's like you would think it shouldn't be so hard to get paid what you deserve if you're talented, good music, right? Or whatever job you have. The reality is everybody trying to get rich off of you. Nobody really want to help. They want to make as much as they can off of you. So it's like even if you get a deal, you're still not getting what you're worth for real. But it's like if you want to reach the masses, kinda gotta sign to the label. Like you can do it independently, but they definitely make it very hard to where unless if you're not in their network, they're not benefiting, they are going for you, or have the same amount of success without them. They make you kind of dependent on the big labels.
Fella was interested, and I don't know if they thought that was just something I was saying to gas him up to try to push the price up or whatever. I went up, I called G, I said, man, you think we can still get that deal with Rockefeller?
Oh wow. Okay, the echo's a little OD. The echo's a little OD, but I'm sure he had some type of artistic vision with it. There goes the, gotta note it again, the classic R&B type vocals. Bro, I'm telling you, man, blending the R&B and the hip hop, the rap, bro, it's just, it's a cheat. It really is. Okay, was that the last song? Okay, that was the last song, last call. All right, I'm glad I checked out the full thing. But I love that. I love the storytelling. Um, this album to me feels like, I mean, obviously this is the most raw version, but obviously a lot of that is like 1000% a classic. What album is next? Because we're gonna check that out. I'm not sure, but if you guys want to be here whenever you react to that, make sure I drop a follow to the Twitch, pull up to the live stream. We do music reactions and video reactions almost every day, and a lot of other stuff. So oh wait, Kanye released a new single? What was that? Oh, May 31st. But wow, that was so interesting. That to me felt like getting an idea of like Kanye's influenced by the most raw version of it. I definitely heard a lot of the influences in that album. Not Eminem, a little. I'm sure there's some other people he's influenced by. It seemed like he might have listened to some of those conscious rappers when he was most Def, Common, Lee, Quay Lee. I'm excited to check out Late Registration. I don't think I heard this one at all, but we're gonna check this one out soon. So make sure y'all leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what were your favorite songs. If I have to go through the list and give like my favorites, I'm gonna say All Falls Down. Obviously, that's a classic. I'll Fly Away. What was this one? Okay, Spaceship. I love this one. This is one of my favorite. Spaceship. Jesus Walk. Obviously, great song. Never Let Me Down. I'll pass on Jay-Z every time. Get Him High. I like this one. This is a cool one. I like that one. Workout Plan. That was a nice discovery, seeing where J. Cole's song Workout came from. That was pretty cool. Or new Workout Plan. Hold on, wait a minute.
You just popped in Kanye West.
Oh, I just realized that. I realized he did 2 different versions of the workout song. Okay.
Hey, what's up, girl?
Okay, so Workout Plan was the skit. Okay, but cool. Slow Jams, one of my favorite Kanye songs. Whatever album I listen to, whatever new songs I like, this is always gonna be in the top 3. Breathe In, Breathe Out. This was a cool one. Ludacris. I like Ludacris. Through the Wire. Amazing. I like Family Business too. I like that one too. I like the vibes of it. 2 Words. This one was cool too. I like that one. This one too. So those are my favorite songs of it. Let me know what y'all faves are. What did y'all think about the album? Where do you rank this in Kanye's albums all time? Like, is this one of his best ones? Top 1, top 3, top 5? I don't know. Y'all Kanye fans, let me know. But that's it for me. Until we are out of here.